Hello and welcome to the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. My name is Taisha Bradley and I am the CEO of Modernoire. It's happy belated Thanksgiving. Hope that you all had a great holiday. We're still celebrating. Today is Saturday, November 28th, and we're hosting the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase as a part of American Express's Shop Small. Last year, Modernoire hosted the Modernoire Business Showcase at Patterson Park. We had about 68 minority Black-owned businesses in the building with the businesses and services. And so it was a fantastic event. We had different community organizations come out to help us out, to volunteer. We had gift wrapping, we had ornament painting, we had a Black Santa Claus, so many things. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, Modernoire has not done any live events this year. However, we have been very busy behind the scenes. You may have heard us talk a lot about the Academy Murfreesboro, and we're here today to give you guys a snapshot of what our year was like with the Academy. So if you are not familiar, the Academy Murfreesboro is a 10-week entrepreneurship cohort. About 18 months ago, Modernoire in Corner to Corner Nashville, which is a fantastic nonprofit organization in Nashville, they have many different branches of programs, one of which was the Academy. I reached out to them to see what we could do to bring a branch of their entrepreneurship program to Rutherford County. They had 6 fabulous locations that are in the Davidson County area, and we know here in Rutherford County that can be quite a drive during the weekday. So I partnered with them to be able to bring a physical location to Murfreesboro. We got started in February at Riding Hour Rehearsal. So shout out to Riding Hour because that was our space that we met. And we were able to meet for 1 week before we started to learn about the pandemic. What turned into a 2-week hiatus and transfer over to Zoom turns into right now where we are still meeting virtually during this pandemic. However, we were able to switch gears and pivot tremendously. All of the locations went to Zoom, and we got this class through the spring class of 2020 through this pandemic. And the Academy Murfreesboro graduated about 14 students from that cohort. Fast forward to September, we started our fall cohort. We graduated another about 14 graduates. And so what we're doing today for Small Business Saturday is just taking this thing virtual. And instead of doing our usual showcase, we are going to be featuring the staff and the students and also the people who helped us make this cohort such a success this year. So I'm super humbled and happy to be here. There are so many people who made this possible. There's so many talented entrepreneurs in Rutherford County, Tennessee, and beyond. We even had some students in the entire cohort that were from South Carolina. We had 2 South Carolinians in our virtual cohort. Another cohort in Nashville had someone from California. So virtual is allowing, education and programs to be spread all across the World Wide Web now. So we are grateful to be able to have been online to reach more people. So thank you so much for being here. Earlier today, we had some watch parties going on. So if you had never heard of the Academy or you missed the virtual graduations from the spring and from the fall, there was a watch party this morning for each of those where you were able to see all of the graduates from all of the locations. You were able to learn more about their businesses, and you were able to watch the pitch contest that the Academy graduation has. So we hope that you had a chance to watch that. If you have not, then they will still be on the Modernoire Facebook page for you to watch at any time. You can just go back and replay. If you're watching the replay, please comment underneath replay if there's some graduates that you want to shout out from any and all of the locations, please feel free to go ahead and shout them out, to tag them in the comments. We'll be in there. We'll be commenting and interacting with you guys. So thank you so much for taking the time to go back to watch those graduations, just to really understand how large of a program this is, and how meaningful it is to have these graduates come through all across Middle Tennessee, especially during the time where over 50% of Black-owned businesses have closed as a result of the pandemic. But there are people out here who want to lead and to serve and to help other entrepreneurs, be more stable in their businesses, create businesses to, supplement income during those. So it's just amazing work. And I'm just so humbled to have been a part of it. And, couldn't do it without all of the people in the community, the business, and the support. And so I just want to thank everyone who has ever liked a post, shared, referred someone to the program, anything. And so in addition to being Small Business Saturday, on next week, Tuesday, December 1st, is Giving Tuesday. And at Modernoire, we really appreciate Corner to Corner for helping us put this together. We do fundraise to help offset some of the costs, but they do as well. And we want to support them today, especially. So we're asking that in support of the live stream today, if you're having a good time and you want to support some of the students, we ask that you Cash App $20 to #, Corner to Corner 615, and I'll make sure that you get that information as well. And especially giving through on Giving Tuesday, which is December 1st. Please consider donating to Corner, and you can even note that for Murfreesboro and let them know that you are supporting the Murfreesboro and all the Academy locations. So thank you so much for that. We are going to go ahead and get started a little early with one of our guests, our very first guest. I'm so excited to have her here. R.L. Fleming, the R.L. Fleming Group is a fabulous young lady that I met back when Modernoire was Rutherford County Black Business Network. And if you've been following me and my journey and all my pivots for a while, you remember Rutherford County Black Business Network. And at one of the very first community meetings that we had, I met RL, and she told me what she did, and she had just taken the leap of faith and left her corporate 9-to-5. I had done something very similar, so we immediately kind of connected over that. Before I knew it, I was like, I need her expertise. I know so many other people in the community need her as well. I asked her to be a guest speaker, a peer speaker at our one of our upcoming meetings. She humbly agreed, and we did a fantastic corporate workshop. Like, she is just such an amazing person, and I knew that I just couldn't let her go. I have to keep her in my circle of people, and so we stayed connected. And she's super involved in the community, loves entrepreneurs and entrepreneurships, and she is one of our facilitators for the Academy Murfreesboro for the spring as well as the fall. So without further ado, I would like to bring in Miss R.L. Fleming of the R.L. Fleming Group. Hi, R.L.
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic. Can you believe it? Like,
I can't. When I listened, no, because I was scared, like, oh my God, are they going to even listen? But it's been such an amazing journey. And the entrepreneurs, man, the ideas, the passion that they have behind creating those businesses has been amazing. It's been a great journey. I've enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yes, fantastic. So let's talk about you, because you are an entrepreneur as well, and it is a Small Business Saturday. Yes. So could you give us an overview of what about the R.L. Fleming Group and how you help businesses?
Absolutely. So the R.L. Fleming Group is an organization that I created to help small business owners and government departments with their processes in their business. And that's just the plain and simple part of it. In helping businesses with processes, what you begin to see is that not only are you creating a legacy that can stand on its own, you're also creating departments and processes that help your employees be the best that they can be. And so with the processes, we also dig into your strategically planning to help businesses grow and organizations reorganize themselves so that maybe their structure has changed a little bit. So we come in and help sit down and decide a plan to make sure that they don't forget anything and so that your foundation is always stable. So my business is really there as the backbone to help other businesses with their operation processes. And so also from that, we created a podcast that allows entrepreneurs to come onto the podcast and tell their journey, which could be good, bad, or ugly, whichever. I tell people we're just going to sit and talk about it because people learn from other business owners. We don't have like a place to go to learn from each other. So I wanted my podcast to be that place where we could say, oh no, just go listen to this episode and it'll teach you about marketing, or it'll teach you about how to do your social media, or whatever that thing is that you're struggling with, or just to hear how a business owner went from the bottom back to the top, back to the bottom, so that we can learn from one another.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Speaking from learning from one another, you and I were kind of in a similar place when we met.
Yes.
And we had kind of stepped out on faith away from, the safety of, the corporate kind of job. What kind of advice, or what would you say to someone who's in that space where they kind of want to leave, but a little bit afraid or feeling like they need to get certain ducks in a row? What do you say to that?
I say, really pray about it and really think about it. It is not for the faint of heart. Being an entrepreneur, whether you have a job or not, a 9-to-5, is not for the faint of heart. So really decide with your family. And so that's what I did. I talked to my kids, which would be the core of my family. Hey, for the next year or two, we're going to be, living a little differently so that mom can create this business that will then be our foundation, and so that I wouldn't have to go back to corporate America. And so these 2 years have been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. And looking at where I came from, because I was really scared, like, okay, I'm gonna put all my apples in this barrel. Now what? And so really looking at what you want to do and deciding what path you're going to take so that you make sure that you're not forgetting anything. And that's partly where I come in, is to help you make sure your processes are set up so that you don't just take a leap and not knowing where you're going to land, although those leaps can be where you get started.
Right. And as we both know, a lot of being successful in a small business and an entrepreneur comes in with like the organizations and the systems and having a plan. And we both know that that's not always my strong suit, but that's why I held on so tight to you. I'm quite the creative. I kind of have an idea and I just kind of want to go and then go back and then do the steps. But to recreate things, we need to do that. And so that's something that you were talking about. Will you tell people a little bit about the workshop that you did for us about having, systems and processes in place so that if you have to go on a hiatus, or you're sick, or you need to help a family, or you just want to take some time off, that things flowed. I really love that. Could you please share that?
Yeah. So initially when I started, I used to say this thing like, well, what if you passed away? Who's going to fix the business? The business has been in the family for 30 years and nobody knows how to do it but grandpa. So I really started the business so that, families were able to pick up where the owner, whether it's the mom, the dad, sister, brother, whoever it is, could pick up this booklet and say, okay, we got it. We can run this business. And so in all of that, you want to be also free enough. You didn't create this business to work 24/7. So you want to be free enough to be able to take a vacation. Like I just got back from vacation. Now this week, nobody got anything from me because I just wanted to spend time with family. It's been a rough year. And so in your business, you want to set up structure and processes so that you can take a day off, a week off. What happened to me in the last 2 years, I've been sick twice, really sick. And so thankfully, my son was able to pick up my book. He ran with whatever he could, he could do himself. He's not old enough to understand processes to the depth that I do, but he was able to reach out to my clients and make sure that they were okay and they understood that I'm going through something. We're here. Don't just run off. We don't need no negative feedback. We are here. And so those are the things that I try to help people see. I'm really big on excellent customer service. And so helping small business owners set those processes in place. They're simple. You want to have an excellent experience with your clients, but then we run away from the feedback. The feedback is the best part because they're really telling you this is broken. Can you fix it? So that's what I come in and do and help you fix those things so that you don't have those bad experiences too repeatedly. You're going to have bad experiences. So I teach you how to love those bad experiences in a way that you build your business stronger.
That's amazing. That
Mhm.
is awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the academy. Let's talk a lot bit about the academy. So I asked you, would you please consider being one of the facilitators to help me put this together? Along with Corner to Corner, because we need to have a team in place and we had to get trained.
Yes.
And so you said yes. Also, Toya Griffin from Mo Scrubs said yes. So thank you guys for saying yes. And then also Cinnamon Russell, who we connected with, who Corner to Corner partnered us with because she had been through the academy, and she had also was, one of their instructors as well. And so they were gracious enough to let us borrow her. She lives in Rutherford County, so we didn't have to travel too far when we were doing that. But she really helped us kind of hit the ground running and get with the Corner to Corner culture. So what made you decide to say yes to something so important and, time consuming?
Yes. And so I don't think the time part even entered my mind. I think the bigger part was really what you said, which was I want to be able to help everybody, but I can't. You don't have enough hours in the day to help everybody. So how can we effectively help more people in one big way? And so this was a good way for me to give back because I like helping small business owners. But my business doesn't work with startups. And so how do I help all the startups? Well, you can create some checklists and things, but will they follow it? Do they understand what they're doing? And so this was a really good way for me to help those startups really dig into setting their structure up from the beginning.
Yes, I agree. That's a lot of, why I got started was because, my background is in marketing, communications, and PR. And I'm like, all right, I like to do these for small businesses, for organizations. I'm going to knock on some doors at the Black businesses and say, hey, do you need help? And so, it kind of eventually, people say yes, yes. And then I get referred and referred. And then it was like too much. And I'm like, all right. But it was a lot of like groundwork things that needed to be done as well. And I'm like, how can I, serve many but not give everything, because I'm an entrepreneur as well, not neglect my business, not neglect my family. Like, what could I do that's like already ready to go? And so, Danielle McGee from Black Business Boom told me about Corner to Corner. And I was like, oh, let me look into it. So I looked into it. I was like, this is perfect. Like, let's see what we can do. Maybe I can talk to them into coming here. But as a nonprofit, you have to have things, in your budget for the year. And so I was like, listen, I had 25 years background in fundraising. Like, if I raise funds, can we do it? And they were like, yeah, crazy enough. I'm like, I'm crazy enough about, the community to do that. And so, it took a little sweat equity, but man, it really came together. And I thank you for being a part of that. That's how something like supposed to be. It just kind of goes.
It just falls together. Yeah. And I think too, sometimes people overlook Murfreesboro as being the hub that it is. There are so many businesses here, and they just needed a point of contact of how can we get together to make something happen.
Yeah. And with Murfreesboro being like one of the fastest growing cities in the US, and that being out there and marketed it, people are coming here by the droves, and people of color are coming here by the droves from Detroit and Chicago, Miami. Like, we're getting all kinds of people here. And, we gotta they're like, what is there to do? Where's everyone at? So, it's just a lot. It's a different place, now, even from when I moved here, 10 years ago, it's a different place. And so we just want to keep up with it and, have it be a great place. And we love Nashville, but we don't always want to do that drive there and back. That is a treacherous drive back, after a good little night of fun. So, we're just happy to have businesses here and to patronize them and, especially our Black-owned business, our brick and mortar, locations here and viable. It's more important now than ever, ever. So let me ask you about this. What were some of your favorite moments from the academy?
Oh wow. Favorite moments. Oh, so in both classes were amazing. Amazing. But I
Yeah.
think that first class, when we crowded into that room to fit everybody into the room on the tables, I was like, this is some ground grassroots type
Yeah.
stuff.
But
And
you
then
know why? I couldn't say
yeah,
no. Like people who wanted to
yes,
sign up, I was like, okay,
yeah,
just
just
one
one
more
more.
person, just one more person, knowing we didn't have the room. But listen, we packed it in. We were on the floor, like had
Yeah,
no idea what was coming around the
none.
corner. But man, we
No,
were
but I
in
think
there.
the biggest part of that was that I think we could see from that room that we were going to be teamwork together. And so when the pandemic did hit, and then we all tried to really bring everybody back together and really worked hard to make sure the
Right.
class was okay.
But
I think,
first, tornado
oh, that's right. The tornado. I forgot about
and pandemic. We
oh
really
my
had a
goodness.
struggle time.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that class, I really say, really stuck, stuck to their guns. There were a couple that didn't make it through just because there were life happened. It sure happened. Hey, and we don't, nothing against them, but I just say that class really stuck to hanging in there regardless. Most of them hadn't used Zoom or anything like it. And so thanks guys for really hanging in there.
Yeah, they did hang in there. We went through a lot because the tornado thing happened, and
Then the
then the
pandemic.
pandemic happened, and then we were all on Zoom. And but
Uh,
you know what? I think we trauma bonded in that class
yeah.
because like we were all so afraid of the pandemic. But like when the world kind of stopped, we kept going, and
Yeah.
during the time that you stop knowing what day it is, I bet you know that
Mhm.
you know what Thursday is because it's
Yeah.
class time. You get to see people and interact. Like it really kept me grounded during that time that most of us were so afraid. Like it gave us something to
Mhm.
focus on and gave you hope. Like
Yeah,
we don't know what's happening, but we're planning a way
right. Right. We're gonna get these businesses
anyway.
going. And it's so exciting to see that they're doing so well. And with
Yes.
both classes, they're just doing well. And so
Yeah.
that's what someone had asked me. Well, how are business thriving? You have to keep putting that foot in front of the other one. Just keep moving forward, and that's what they did, and that's a good thing.
Mhm. Yes, I agree. So today we're going to talk to some of the students from
Mhm.
class. We're also going to watch some of the pitch videos from the last pitch competition. I have those. I'm going to share some videos about how people can support the Academy Murfreesboro, how they can donate to Corner to help these things keep going. So I'm super excited to be able to do this with you today. I'm so
Absolutely.
excited to, talk to so many people. We have Kenya Adams with Panty Buddy coming up next. Let's talk about Kenya right quick since we're talking about last time.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
holding on in the studio. I'm gonna bring her in a second. Wait, let's bring her on in and let's bring her on in anyway.
Yes.
Hang on. We're gonna do like a little quick break and then we're gonna go ahead and come back with Kenya just a tad bit early and let her get it on ready. Okay. Hang on, you
Okay.
guys. And we're back.
Hello.
My face. So thank you, Kenya, for letting me bring you on. This is a tad bit early. So
Oh, absolutely. Can you guys hear me okay?
yes,
Mhm.
we
Good
can hear
deal. Okay, I was worried about that.
you. fabulous. Since we were going to talk about you a minute and you were already in the studio, I decided I'd let you come out and defend yourself.
There's no defense.
So we're going to chit chat with you a little bit, and then we're going to let RL go, and then Kenya, you and I are going to talk a little bit. But what we were just talking about, were our favorite moments from the Academy, and then, we have you coming up next. So what I love about Kenya, and this is my story I like to tell everybody about you, is that was Kenya not tight-lipped about her idea?
She was not mentioning
she was never going to tell. I was like, we find these disclosures where nobody can tell. She's like, I know.
Yeah, like, she didn't want to talk about it, but that's okay.
We didn't know what it was, guys.
Yes, and for great reason, because so many people get their ideas stolen or their property stolen. It's a thing. Some people are not creative and they like other ideas, and so a lot of people feel really that they should protect their ideas in the beginning, and that's very much so a thing now. With technology, people can register anything really quickly. So kudos to you, but the cat's out of the bag, Patty Buddy.
Yes. And so what I want to say to you, Miss Ma'am, is hugs from afar. Oh. But wow, we started class at the first part of the year, but your whole, what do you call it? Your invention is live and ready, and it hasn't been a year yet. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
That's how you do it.
Yes. I don't know how much of a part you played in that. So thank you all for everything you poured into me. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job. So I just want to throw that out there about how you were not giving us up the Panty Buddy, and now you're giving us all the Panty Buddy. And we're going to be talking about what Panty Buddy is, how you can get it, how about the idea, like what's next, because baby, Panty Buddy is it.
Panty Buddy is it.
Get you one. Pre-order.
Well, thank you so much, RL. We're going to let you enjoy the rest of your Small Business Saturday. We hope you shop local. We hope that you shop Black. And thank you again for everything that you have ever done for Modernoire, the Academy, the community. You are a gem of the area.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good rest of your day as well.
Thanks. Bye. Bye. Kenya. Hi,
I'm here.
Hi. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Small Business Saturday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of the money holidays.
I'm here for it all of it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. You were a part of the very first class of the Academy Murfreesboro. I was so excited when I saw your name on the roll. I was like, Kenya Adams, the King. Okay. I was so excited to see you. You do so much in the community here already. You're involved in a few sororities, organizations, like, you are it. You do so much, and I admire you so much. And there's so many people that admire you here for all that you do and all that, the ways that you serve. And so it was an honor and a pleasure to have you in that class. It really gave us the momentum, and it was the right energy for that class. Like, it's right what we needed with everything that was going on. So super excited to have you. So if you're just joining us, you guys, we're here with Kenya Adams. She is the inventor and founder of Panty Buddy. And so let's get into talking a little bit about your experience. So tell me, what made you decide to enroll in the program?
Well, it really was about it was time for me to do something. So I had this idea rolling around in my head for probably about 4 or 5 years, and had what I call negative talked myself out of all of it. Like, you can't do that. You don't know how to do that. You don't know how to start a business. You're not an entrepreneur type. You're not a risk taker, because I'm really not. But then I saw, I'd heard about the Academy before. It was in Nashville. I work in Nashville. The last thing I want to do is stay in Nashville for any extra time fighting that traffic back. But when I saw that it was coming to Murfreesboro and that you, Taisha, was heading it up, I was like, oh my goodness, okay. Because I know you are always connected to something fabulous. And my business sorority, I heard it came through asking for a sponsorship donation, and we voted to do it. And I thought, I'm going to look into this. It's right here in Murfreesboro. I don't have any excuses. It'll be at home. And so I applied, and really and truly, you guys say I was really tight-lipped, but really I had no idea what this even was. Like, I knew I didn't have a real name for it. I knew what it was in my head. I had made like a functioning little prototype for me to start using. But in all actuality, what it evolved and became, it is because of the academy, and the lessons learned and the constant support and encouragement. And so literally, I believe we started like, I don't know, the last week in February or something like that. And if you look at like me registering my business and all of that, it's right in that time frame. So a lot of this was born and created from a branding standpoint and that sort of thing in the middle of the pandemic.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for clearing that up. See, you were able to defend yourself. You were not tight-lipped. You kind of had an idea or something in your head, but you hadn't quite fleshed it out. And so that's why I think this program is great for, no matter where you are in your business, it can help you. If you want to know if entrepreneurship is for you or not, it's for you. If you have an idea and you just don't know like what to do next or which way to go, or if it's a good idea or a solid idea, this program helps you. Even if you're already in business, even, some people have brick and mortars that take this program because, you first of all, you don't know what you don't know. You always need to learn even more. But oftentimes, especially with like Black owned businesses, a lot of times we build our businesses out of necessity. And we don't always take all of the proper steps and the procedures and processes that we need to do because we're building out of necessity. So we need to hurry, and then we'll go back and fix. But then when you do that, there are like gaps and holes and, things that are missing. And what happens with those gaps and holes is that we lose money through those,
Yeah.
And so, that's crucial because, it's like death by 1,000 cuts, when you lose a little here, a little there. Did you pay yourself? You didn't. Did you mix your money? It's death by 1,000 cuts. And so, it's just very important to, have that foundation. And if you don't have that foundation or it's weak, to do whatever you can to join, whatever kind of program that you can to continue your education until you get the formula right. It's a lot of our entrepreneurship is doing something, and then until you get it right.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things too that I would say. I mean, some people, may feel like they don't have their business all flushed out. Some of the curriculum may or may not, you may or may not know if that's the right thing for you. But in all actuality, it is, because even if you're not at the point at that particular time, you can always go back with the tools and the material that they provide, because I go back all the time.
Mm-hmm. And that's another
break-even cost. I was in that chapter for about 3 weeks.
Right. Yeah, it gets kind of intense when we get to those money chapters. That's another great thing about the program is that, it's just $125. $25 gets you started. You pay off the $100 basically before graduation. And once you pay that off, which pays for your course materials, like a book, once it's paid for, you take the class over and over again, every time you need it. You can go through the program again as long as you already have your book. And that's a great thing, ways that corner to corner kind of offsets costs, to give back to the community. They make it super no-brainer, affordable. So if you're watching, shout out to Corner to Corner, go ahead and send them $20 for Murfreesboro to hashtag corner to corner 615. And I'll make sure that information is below, especially for today in support of Small Business Saturday and the Academy Murfreesboro, as well as Giving Tuesday, which is Tuesday, December 1st. So we're here with Kenya Adams. We're talking about her journey to get Panty Buddy to life. She was a part of the Academy in the spring class. So let's get into it. Tell us about Panty Buddy. Tell us exactly what Panty Buddy is and how we can get it. Give all the tea.
Absolutely. I am currently taking pre-orders as of this weekend. I took pre-orders on yesterday for Black Friday, and will continue throughout. So I'm excited to bring Panty Buddy to the market. Panty Buddy is a wristlet that really is designed to help women protect their panties from the germs lurking in public restrooms. This is truly born out of necessity. As I have traveled for work in the past, I searched and searched and searched because I would be in the restroom. I'd have my foundations on and my nice business suit, and I'm all buttoned up, and I would have to use the restroom before boarding the plane. Get in the restroom, and I've got my luggage, and I'm in there, and I'm pulling, and I'm tugging, and I'm unsnapping, and I'm all this stuff going on. And I would always say, I just need an extra hand in here. It's just too much going on. And so I searched for something that I could potentially use while in the restroom to kind of help me gather my undergarments and keep them from touching the toilet. And, as we squat ladies, we kind of have a whole balancing act in the restroom. We're trying to keep the flow right in the toilet. We're trying to keep our pants from touching the floor and touching the back of the toilet seat and all this stuff. So couldn't find anything. And when I finally stopped traveling for work, I ended up making me something which it was just a little boy's wallet, a folding wallet with a strap with a dog leash and some Velcro. But I started using it. And I started using it when I was more stable in an office environment. And because I worked with some women that were not necessarily the cleanest. And so the restroom would always be a mess. And so I started using this little device that I made and didn't know what to call it, didn't have it registered, didn't have a trademark, anything like that. But I always thought about, that if I'm enjoying this because it's working for me, would it work for other women? And so the more and more I talked to other women, the more I figured out that, yes, it's something that could be viable within the market. So the Panty Buddy is a wristlet. You open it up. It comes with an insert of toilet tissue. And we actually sell these as refillable toilet tissue inserts. So you always have toilet tissue here. And there's a little pocket where the toilet tissue actually comes out. And on this side, there are toilet seat covers. And so you will always have toilet seat covers and toilet tissue with you, all the essentials, because there's nothing worse than being in the restroom, go to reach for the toilet paper, and there's none to be found. So want to make sure you have that. But this has a little snap in the middle. Hopefully you can see that. And it unfolds, the strap unfolds, and it has Velcro on it. And you literally loop your underwear in the Velcro. You have this on your wrist. And so you're using this kind of loop like this to apply tension and hold your underwear and your undergarments and your pants or whatever you've got down below the waist. You're kind of holding all those garments up. And it allows you to apply good tension to it and keep them from touching any additional surfaces. I don't really consider myself to be a germaphobe, but when I'm in a public restroom, I turn into a complete germaphobe. Like, I don't want to touch anything. I want to get in there and out of there as fast as possible, because sometimes there's stuff on the floor and there's, like I said, there may be a toilet seat cover. There may not be. There may be toilet paper. Sometimes you pull and you only get one little piece of paper, and you got to keep pulling all the while you're trying to keep things flowing. And so it can be a mess. And women, we know. Men may not get it, but women, we know what we go through when we close the stall door. So wanted to make sure that there is something out there. And so the Panty Buddy is it. We will have several colors available. We've got a red, a black, and a camel right now. As the springtime comes in, we will also be expanding the color line. And so we're just really excited about it, really, really excited about it. We are really out here on the market designed to change the way that women use public restrooms. We all know, we've all been there. We've all had the jumpsuits on and, having to use the restroom, and you got to take all of that off and try to hold on to it all at the same time. And it could be a mess. So the Panty Buddy is here to help you get your life together, so it's no longer a mess. You've got toilet tissue, you've got pockets in here. So if you want to stick your credit card or something in there and go out, take it out a night on a town, it's quality. It's vegan leather and it has a wristlet on it so that you can easily carry it and go. If you want to throw it in your favorite purse, you can do that as well. So that's the Panty Buddy.
Fantastic, Panty Buddy. I love it, Kenya. I was telling you, when you were working like on your website. First of all, you take fantastic direction. Like
I
anything
got a
that
great
kind of
picture.
we told you, you applied and like then some. And so we're talking about the website, and I suggested to you, to kind of get leads and build your email list, is to have people share their bathroom nightmares, And so you put
Absolutely.
that right up, and I was like, as soon as it was up, I was like, let me go ahead and do mine because I told you that I had a bathroom nightmare. And so when you were kind of telling us a little bit about, what you kind of wanted to create with Panty Buddy, I was like, please let it be something for the bathroom. So like you don't have to touch stuff. Stuff doesn't have to touch you. Like, Lord, please, whatever it is. And
Yeah.
it's exactly that. I was like, gosh, I think of those one of the things that someone should invent. Someone should invent something, and to meet somebody who invented it. Because I had a bathroom nightmare before, I was telling you, in a porta potty,
Yes.
and like
Those
something
are the
touched
words.
my leg and dripped, and I have been scarred for life trying to be in that small space and hold my clothes, and something touched me and dripped, and I've been traumatized ever since.
It's all
And that's why I was like, somebody needs to invent something.
I've gotten
And
some
here
amazing
you've been.
stories about, just folks, people who are just like road tripping on the road, and you stop at the rest area. You never know what you're going to find when you get in those places. Some states do a really good job of keeping them clean. Others don't, but when you got to go and you're on the road, you got to go. And sometimes as women, we can't just go in the bushes. So we have to make that call.
Right.
I'm suck it up and hold my nose and I'm going in.
Right.
And now
Yeah.
you put your Panty Buddy in with you to keep your
Yeah.
clothes from coming in contact with anything.
Yeah.
That might
The women for sure, we can relate. Like we know exactly what we have to make sure it doesn't touch the floor and the toilet, and like it's a lot going on. Especially if you're a parent with a young kid like me.
Absolutely.
You gotta keep a kid wrangled in there too. Like
yeah, that's one thing that so I'm a mom of boys, so they could go anywhere. But the more I talk to women about it, it's like, oh my God, this would be perfect for my daughter. The struggles that women have with their daughters, trying to teach them how to squat or how to hover or, how to hold it all together. And they get to a certain age where they're too big for you to lift them up anymore. And, they got to kind of figure it out on their own, but you don't want them to touch anything. So you'll always have a toilet seat cover with you. If they need to sit, cover it and sit. They'll always have toilet tissue. They'll have their handy dandy panty protector strap is what I call this now. So they can always have their strap there to hold their panties away from the toilet, and you're good to go. So Panty Buddy is here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kenya. And before we let you go, please tell us about your sale. What is the Black Friday sale?
Absolutely. So Black Friday is 25% off the Panty Buddy wristlet. So go out to www.pantybuddy.com. Again, we've got 3 colors out there right now. In the future, we'll be adding more for the spring. But you can't go wrong with the classic black. That caramel is absolutely beautiful. And if you want a little spice in your life, go with the red. But we are taking pre-orders now. They will be in and ship at the end of December. And so get your pre-order in. And that is the Black Friday Small Business Weekend sale price at 25% off. So go out there, pantybuddy.com, and secure your Panty Buddy today.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Do you want to give any shout outs? I do want to shout you out. I want to shout out your sorority. I always get I always want to say the chapter name first. Please say the organization.
Absolutely. I want to shout out my business sorority, Iota Phi Lambda sorority. We are in the Epsilon Psi chapter here in Murfreesboro. So really excited about that. We're doing some great things there. Actually, one of my business sorority sisters actually helped me along, Lysandra Mangrum. She was actually in the fall class.
Yes,
she helped me tremendously with getting some of my initial subsequent prototypes together. So I can't say enough about that. But we're definitely a group of women who are always encouraging each other within business. I am also a part of the Divine Nine, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority.
Okay.
I want to shout out my Rutherford County alumni chapter, my ladies in red there. They're always an excellent support for me. They keep me busy as far as socially conscious and out in the community. And so I absolutely love that sisterhood there. So, but just really want to say thank you to all family, friends, supporters. I've gotten support near and far. Launched on yesterday, and we've exceeded goals and continue to break records more than what I thought. So I'm really excited about that. Just want to thank everybody for your encouragement. Your words and your deeds go a long way more than you may even know. So thank you.
Yes, amazing. Thank you to you, to the business sorority, for being a sponsor. You know, we definitely could not have pulled this off without you guys. And then to have you turn around and be a part of the experience as well was icing on the cake. So thank you so much for being a part. Thank you to you guys for entrusting in me and my mod squad, you know, to help you with your business journeys. We couldn't be more happy.
I will say this, no shade to any other cohort or anything like, but Murfreesboro instructors are the bomb.
Woo! Thank you.
I was telling everybody, I probably knew about 3 or 4 different people within the fall class, and I just could not stop talking about how much you guys encouraged me. Taisha, you have encouraged me so much to, you know, because I was like, it's just an idea, you know. You were like, well, do you have a website? And I was like, well, no, because I don't have a. She's like, do you have a logo? I was like, well, no, because it's just an idea. She's like, you need a website, you need a logo.
Yeah, let's get it going.
I don't have anything to put on the website. She's like, just put coming soon. I was like, you know, she's right. I could do that. So
exactly.
You have helped me tremendously just along the way. Here and there. And if anybody's out there wondering from a business entrepreneur standpoint, if the Academy and Corner Modernoire is where you want to be, you definitely need to be there because you can learn something from it.
Yay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being a part again. And thank you so much for being here. Next up, we have Jari Smith from Genesis Apparel. He's another amazing student.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we have all the Rutherford County stars in the building today. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with Jari Smith, Genesis Apparel. Thank you so much, Kenya.
Thank you for having me. Pantybuddy.com. Thank you. Bye.
Hello, Rutherford County and beyond. We're back, and we have the Jari Smith of Genesis Apparel. How are you, Jari?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. I feel like I look excellent doing that.
Always.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here today. It is Saturday, November 28th. This is the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase on Small Business Saturday. This is the second year that I have been the Shop Small Ambassador for Rutherford County for American Express. And so we decided to do virtual this year in the midst of the pandemic. Last year, we did a live event. We had about 68 Black-owned and minority-owned businesses over at Patterson Park. kind of playing it safe, keeping it virtual this time. And so we're doing it virtually and highlighting some of the stars of the Academy Murfreesboro from 2020. We've graduated almost 30 Black-owned businesses back into the community of Rutherford County and even beyond. And so we're just so excited to be a part of it. I want to share, kind of what Modernoire has been up to, share what you fantastic entrepreneurs have been up to, and just kind of on a high and get people to, continue to support Black businesses because it's super duper important right now in this pandemic. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself how you would like to be introduced and, let us know about Genesis Apparel.
Hi, my name is Jari Smith. I'm the owner of Genesis Apparel. We're a custom tailored suit company where we sell suits, shirts, ties, shoes, and hats, all the above. Really don't have a lot to say. I mean, Genesis Apparel is the new exclusive modern man made fit suit for today's versatile man on the go. And so,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And so it's been a pleasure having you in class. And the first thing that I found out about you is that you're not a man of many words at first. So we put a lot of pressure on you and, kind of called on you to read a lot and to talk and do that. I feel like you have just brightened up so much since then. Why don't you start off with telling us what made you decide to enroll in the academy? That's a funny story, right?
Well, two things made me decide to enroll in the academy. One was my wife actually did it as a birthday gift, and then two, I've been always hesitant to push forward Genesis Apparel. I've always kept it as like a side hustle or a hobby, and then, I mean, everybody's been stating to me that I need to, move it to the forefront and make my dream come true. So therefore, when I was enrolled into the academy, I always second guess, should I cancel it or should I not? But it was one of the best decisions I made to go through with.
Awesome. That's awesome. And so you were establishing your business. You had a business running, but you wanted to kind of grow it more. And definitely you did that. And so I attribute, and you do as well. You were our customer count winner because you made the most contacts with, customers, prospective customers, because you participated in a lot of vendor events this year. So that's been a lot of exposure for you. Why don't you talk about that?
Yes, the vendor events have been great exposure due to the pandemic and everything like that of trying to get the word out. One thing, online presence is very key in this business just because people in fashion, they're not going to the stores anymore. They're actually going online to purchase products and everything like that. But one thing that helped me out really with the customer count was the Black Murfreesboro experience and then the other pop-up shops that other vendors were doing during this time. It helped me stay relevant. It helped me get fresh new products out and was able to connect with the clients on a different level to see what they were actually looking to buy at this time.
Fantastic. And as the customer count winner for our class, what did you win? What was your prize?
What was my prize?
Yeah.
Is that a trick question?
No.
I mean,
okay, I have to make sure that you get because you win a prize. That's the customer account. So I'll make sure that you get that. I think it's a set of business cards or something like that.
Yeah. So, okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It was a 3 set of business cards, custom printed business cards for me. I apologize for that. I did.
Nice. Oh, that's okay. Listen, we have a lot going on because we did Amazon gift cards as well.
Oh, okay.
So we had a lot of like prizes and things floating around, incentives to keep you kind of going in your business. And so tell us about some of the apparel that you have. Tell us about the suits and the custom tailored part of your business.
So the custom tailored, we do custom tailored suits where we do roughly 25 measurements from head to toe. It's a 6-step process where we come in, we sit down, do the consultation, and we meet, we discuss the fabrics that you would like to design for yourself, as well as what kind of peak lapel or notch lapels you would like on your custom suits, as well as from the thread of the buttonhole to the lapel buttonhole as well. from your pockets and everything like that. We design a full custom suit for you. We also do custom neckwear as well, where we take a design that you would like and make it into a tie or a necktie. Also, with the design of the custom brim, wide brim hats, we do measurements between 56 and 60 centimeters of the wide brim hats in any color, style, or fashion that you would like. We also do custom men, custom dress shirts. And we just launched back on last year a custom women's tailored line as well for the women, just in case you go into the stores and you can't find exactly your fit. Please contact us and we can design a custom suit just for you as well.
Fantastic. And so, being in fashion, and particularly kind of like menswear upscale fashion, is a very particular kind of niche. What made you become interested?
What made me become interested is the truth is that I got tired of going into regular stores and trying to find something that will actually fit my physique. And then also I got tired of looking like someone else. Why fit in when you can stand out is our motto. And I mean, that's where Genesis Apparel was birthed on.
Fantastic. And so, what are like the price ranges for your like your custom suits?
So we
If
have
someone
several
wants to
different.
upgrade their wardrobe, spend a little more than what they normally would, but not break the bank, what would you recommend?
I'll recommend for everyone if you had never wore a custom suit before, start at our next level custom suit package is $4.99 starting out, and that's a Super 120 wool custom suit, any color, black, navy, gray, tan. Our solid colors is what we normally start everyone out with, just to get them accustomed to how the actual fit feels to their body, to their physique. We also have another line of other than the next level, we have our signature package that start out at $649, and then we have the executive package that start out at $999 and above.
Nice, nice. Okay, that's fantastic. And so let's talk about these hats because these hats, the Manhattan has been a topic of conversation in our class. So in our course, oftentimes we like to refer back to things, what we call kind of like a widget or a unit, like one thing that has one price, and we kind of use that as examples throughout the class. And we kind of chose this hat, the Manhattan of Jari's hat, to use for the example. So we talked about this hat a lot in the class. And so, fantastic. Jari gifted a hat of each to me and to RL as the instructors. What a fantastic gift. But man, it just really, really makes me think of the academy during there because we talked about this hat so much. So this hat has been really popular for you lately. Can you tell us like more about the Manhattan phenomenon?
Yeah, so honestly, I didn't know it would take off. I mean, it would actually take off like it did with Genesis Apparel and the business. And I know a lot of other people are out there selling hats as well, so I don't want to take away from them. But I just know with Genesis Apparel, I mean, during the pandemic, I was trying to think of something else that would catch a spark, that would have everybody from men to women to kids also wearing the fedora hats as well, just to give, a positive outlook or a different spin on their outfits, because a lot of people are staying in and they're not actually getting out, or if they're getting out, they want to just keep it, casual and low key. So they're really buying the Manhattans. Like I said, she's showing you online right now. It's over like 20 different styles of Manhattans, different colors and everything like that. We just launched our new ombre, which is the Churchill ombre that we just launched, where it's a two-tone ombre with a two-tone color at the top of the brim and at the bottom of the brim, instead of actually just being at the bottom of the brim. So you can go. It's on the site right now. We're launching a special right now during the Black Friday and Small Business Weekend. So take your time. It's 2 for $55 right now for the ombres and 2 for $45 for the Manhattan. So that's that's how our Manhattan took off. Really, it took off basically in our class dealing with Taisha and RL, pushing me to expand it more than more than I had, more than I thought I had time to be actually honest.
Yeah, you did it. And I think that, even though the hat isn't the entirety or representative of the entirety of Genesis Apparel, it's still an entry point, kind of purchase where it's men, it's women, it's affordable. It comes in different colors. So people kind of start to collect them and, kind of coordinate their drip. So it really was like the perfect thing, like kind of like a lead magnet to get all these eyes on you. So, kudos to you for picking that out. Like you really ran with it. I know it's a family affair. Your lovely wife, Amby, who signed you up. I love Amby. She was a part of the very first business showcase, which was February 2019. She was a part of that with her Sisters in the Name of Christ group. So shout out to the ladies, to the sisters. She, signed you up and, as a gift, it was fantastic. She believed in you and I believe in her. So I knew it was going to be fantastic. You also have another budding entrepreneur in your family as well. I'm a fan of the baby. Shout out your baby.
Shout out to my daughter, Josiah. She is an up and coming entrepreneur, I would say. She
is an entertainer. And so I follow your wife on TikTok, but really it's Josiah's TikTok. And like, she really, to be honest, like I thought about TikTok because they say it's good for business. And I'm like, I don't want to learn another thing. But I got an account and I started following Amby, and then it's Josiah, and she is always killing it. She has the she keeps the fresh content. Like, so shout out to Josiah. How old is she?
She is 5 years old.
She is 5. She is 5 years old, and she is like my favorite TikToker. She inspires me so much. So shout out to Josiah because she has me on the top.
Yes,
I love her. Fantastic. We have to make sure that we get her in an entrepreneurship program because she is definitely on the way up. Well, thank you so much, Jari. Tell us everyone again how to reach you.
You can reach me online at www.genesis, that's GENESYS apparel.com. You can reach me on Facebook at Genesis Apparel. You can reach me on Instagram at Genesis Apparel, and then I Am Genesis as well. Like I said, our sales today, our Black Friday sales that lead into Small Business Saturday as well, is 2 of the Manhattans for $45. Right now, regular cost is $35 a piece for each hat. So you're catching a deal. Also, the ombre, the new Winston Churchill ombre that we just launched, is actually 2 for $55. So they're regular price $40 a piece. So if you want to catch one of those, please go online and purchase one today. I really appreciate your service. I appreciate Taisha, Brad, for hosting this. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jar. We're going to let you enjoy the rest of your Small Business Saturday. You guys shop with Genesis Apparel. Get you the new drip in town.
Yeah.
See why I picked this color? Like perfect. It matches my drip. Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jari. Congratulations on being our customer count winner. And we cannot wait to see what 2020 has in one for Genesis Apparel. So thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick little break and then we will be right back with Thomas Kelly, Creative Souls. And we're back. It's the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. I'm Taisha Bradley, CEO of Modernoire, and I'm here with Thomas Kelly, CEO of Creative Souls Printing. Hey, boo, hey.
Hey.
Y'all gonna find out I love me some Thomas Kelly. You win Class Clown of 2020 for both cohorts.
Not Class Clown.
For both cohorts. You
Oh,
kept us
wow.
laughing. You know, you so funny. You and RL with some cut ups.
I like to have fun.
Yeah, I definitely missed that element. I think the first cohort was a little more fun, like,
Yeah,
because I knew so many of you and had connections to each of you, you know, and we had this comfort thing. And again, we were
yeah.
trauma bonding through the pandemic. I found the second cohort a little more serious. You know, they were like, haha, you know, fun music. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. And I was like, well, all right, let's get to it. So I truly miss you guys and enjoyed having you.
It
How have
was
you
fun.
been?
I've been good. I've been staying busy, man. So I mean that's a good thing. Ever since corner to corner, got these processes in place, like RL was talking about. I saw Kenya talking about the pricing. Man, that's been a nightmare, but I've been all right though.
Yeah, but you know what? But once you figure that part out, when you get those processes out and your stuff can just run and you get those numbers together and that can just run, like that's how millionaires are made. You
Yeah,
know, it's entrepreneurship is not for the weak. And, you know, it's like the
definitely
only
not.
way to fail is to quit, though.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people are in business. We like, how are they in business? Because they just won't quit. You know, they just won't quit. So yeah, you definitely just keep going and fix it, and you know, like a machine, fix a little this, fix a little that.
Yeah.
So tell us, what made you decide to join the academy?
So I can't remember where I found it. I think somebody had posted about it on Facebook, and I because I had already thought about getting my business together. So when did we started Academy in the spring? Yeah, so I officially launched my business August of last year, and the end of the year just really went fast for me because I was in that stage where you don't want to tell anybody no. So you're over here and they ask you, can you do this? Can you do this? And you're like, let me try, let me do this until you really get into what works for you and what you want to specialize in. So a lot of things were just going so fast at the end of the year. Next thing I knew, it was 2020, and I saw the academy, and I was like, okay, that seems like a great place where they give you some structure, they give you some ideas, they help you. And I said, I have to be a part of that. And that's really how I got into the academy. I said, this is going to work for me. I need this.
That's awesome. And so prior to that, this time last year, we met because you were a part of the Small Business Saturday Business Showcase that that I hosted at Patterson Park.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were fairly new then as well. Yeah, if you had started
Yeah,
in August, you
I
were
was
fairly
new.
new. You were a little unsure as well.
I
Do you
was,
remember
I
that?
was. That was my
Yeah,
first, it was my very first vendor event. So
yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what
Hmm.
to expect. It was crazy. Like I met some great people there. There's still some people that I'm still really cool with now, like Shandaria. I still talk to
Yes.
her and see her a lot. Shavana. So it's like, man, Myra and her baskets. I mean, she just had a baby like
Yeah.
2 days
Yeah.
ago or
Oh, she had the
yesterday.
baby.
Yeah, she just had the
Congratulations,
baby.
Mara, on the baby. Oh,
So
that's
I've met
awesome.
some great business relationships and great people from that event. And I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that. And thank you for that opportunity.
Fantastic. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. I really, you know, miss doing live events, but you know, we'll have to do the virtual thing for a while. But I
Yeah.
love like connecting people. And little do you know, the way that I set up the where the vendors are for that
Hmm.
event is which is unusual because when people first come in, they're like, why are these tables set up like this? But I put the exhibitors in like pods. So everybody's facing out. So there's never like any guests behind you. And then you have like a little pod of people. So if you want to talk, all you just gotta do is walk backwards. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
It was a
everybody,
good
you know what I'm
setup.
saying? It's like a little squad. And so I also put together people that I think would be complementary to each other's businesses, or that I think, you know what I'm saying, like would like each other, you know what I'm saying, be cool. Like I do all of that. I obsess.
Well, you put some thought into it.
I do, but listen, you ended up like connecting with some people.
I did, yeah.
As well. So
Well,
I try to put people kind of personalities and businesses kind of together,
and you
because
don't want to be next to somebody for hours and not
yes,
talk to them. Like I'm not
yeah.
the most social person, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna be nice to you, and we're gonna conversate if I'm here with you 6, 7, 8 hours.
Right. You said we're gonna be friends.
Right.
So yeah, so that's funny. I'll continue to obsess over things like that, because it works out with people like kind of connecting. So yeah, shout out to Shandaria Montgomery, One Chance Bookkeeping. She
Mhm.
actually has been our guest speaker for the Academy
I saw that.
both times,
Mhm.
for the week that we need like an accountant bookkeeper. And so shout out to her, for volunteering to do that. I refer so many people to her. So if you guys are looking for like a Black bookkeeper, because people ask that a lot, Shandaria Montgomery, One Chance Bookkeeping. She's super professional and she's together. Like she
Yeah.
can definitely do that for you. And then also Shavonna Wells. Wait, she got married. So
Blackman, I think. Is it Shavonna Blackman?
Madam Shavonna, I think so.
Bats.
Shout out to
Bats.
Shavonna.
I'm looking at her page now. Bats is her
Yeah,
last name now.
she has been, hosting events throughout the community pre-pandemic, helping businesses, kind of get out there. So shout out to her as well. It takes a collective effort to,
Mhm.
to get this movement going. And so I just want people to know that there's just people out here moving and shaking and connecting behind the scenes, and, collaboration over competition. It's going down.
Yeah, we out
So
here.
yeah, so glad to have you be a part of that. So tell us, like, what's up with Creative Souls now? Like, what's your workload like? I know you get super busy. What are you working on now?
So, of course, I'm doing the norm, the business cards, the banners, the flyers for people. I get a lot of people who like labels, so I enjoy doing labels for people. There's different shapes, different sizes. I know it sounds weird, but I don't know. I just like doing labels. I guess I get to see it's the final product for me. When I see it, I'm printing it, so I see it on paper. But when I actually can see it on somebody's product, I'm like, oh wow. So I'm constantly like, tag me in your pictures, send me the pictures so I can see them, because I like to see that. And I'm like, okay, I did that, So I really enjoy that. It's Christmas time, so I've got Christmas cards going. That was one of the reasons I was so busy last year at the end of the year, because this was back when we were back in church, and you were able to sit with people. So I have a large base of customers that go to my church and they want Christmas cards. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and put something together. So last year, if you look at what I offered for Christmas last year versus this year, it is totally different. So I'm really, really busy with Christmas right now. And shout out to Toya, because there was a comment she made, and I'm going to text her this too, because last year when I was new, she had posted on Facebook, she said, is anybody making Black Christmas cards? And people were tagging me in them, and she didn't reach out to me. And I was like, no, this ain't what she want. But this year, I'm going to tell her, no, I got something better for you. This is what you want right here.
Yeah. What do you have? Do you have some
Do I have
samples?
them with me? You know what? Did I even put them? They downstairs. I ain't even
Oh,
bring.
that's okay.
They on my page though. I post
Yeah,
them all the time on my Facebook and
are you on
Instagram.
Instagram? Okay, let's pull up your Instagram and take a look, because we
Hold
need to
on.
know.
I just took pictures last night so I can post them on there. Let me look at this real. Where's my pictures? Maybe you
Let's
can see
see.
it this way. Can you see this?
Let's see. How about that? Can you
Okay. I
look
may.
online?
Yep. Keep going down.
Okay. Here with Santa here.
It should have a Black Santa on there.
Yes.
Yep. There we
All
go. Does it
right.
let you scroll through
So,
them? It doesn't let you scroll through them, though, does it?
oh yeah.
Yes, it does.
Oh, I need to accept the cookies. Okay.
No, I don't. Wait a
It
minute.
does. Mhm.
No, go back.
Go back.
You see at the bottom has got like a bunch of
Oh,
different
oh,
pictures. Yeah,
okay.
there it
Let's
is.
get me together. Y'all
There
know
we go.
I'm a Facebooker. Instagram is for the children. I'm in the
So I
Facebook
had
age.
somebody actually draw those for me, custom drew the design for me on the cards, and I
Yeah.
just printed them up.
What's the name of the artist?
Rhonda Shaw.
Rhonda Shaw.
She
Shout
has
out
her
to
own
Rhonda
business called
Shaw.
Art by Rhonda.
Yes.
So she's really creative.
Fantastic. And so these cards, I see you can use code Christmas25 to get $50 off an order. 25 items. How long is that special?
So the special I have right now for the weekend is for my 2021 Black Business Calendar.
Yes.
Actually, Kenya and Ariel are both a part of that as well. So it's my 2021 calendar here. It features 40 different businesses within Middle Tennessee. And we all partnered together. I reached out to them and they were so gracious to contribute to this. So it has a lot of different businesses that are
Ooh, I
showcased
see
here.
Shandaria.
Yeah, that's her
Sexy
new
New
lingerie.
Lingerie. I did her website.
It
So
is so cute.
yeah.
Let me find Kenya's in here. Let's see. Right here. So we got the panty buddy in there. Yep.
Fantastic. And I need to check my email more often because I
Yeah.
did get the email and I missed it. I was late.
So they're normally $20. But right now during this week,
Oh, I think we
$20
lost you.
going on right now. So 2 for $20 right now on the website for the weekend. So support Black businesses. Like I said, there's 40 of us in there, and just a good way of networking and supporting us all.
Yes, that's fantastic, Thomas. That is
Thank
awesome,
you.
amazing. You have just really like, some entrepreneurs. I see a lot of entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying, just kind of go through and, people have different pace, but then there are these people who just like really stand out. I call them superstar entrepreneurs. These are the people that I feel like God puts in my path. Because I feel like God assigns me people. As a publicist, my whole career has been based on highlighting other people, other places, other things. And, I truly do love to do it. Like, it's my pleasure. I love to do it. It's my passion. I love to do it. And it's my purpose. And so when I realized that, even though I was in my career in doing PR marketing, I was working my purpose. But it didn't necessarily feel like that because I wasn't doing it on my terms. So when I thought that I wanted to change careers and do something different, it wasn't necessarily that, just the way that I operated. I'm not a 9 to 5, tell me what to do kind of girl. Like, I'm a creative, very logical, but I'm still very much so creative. And so like, I need to flow and work, when I'm creative and, an introvert when I don't want to. So I was living in my purpose, just not how I wanted to, and kind of stepping out on faith and working with entrepreneurs like you, and like Kenya and Jari. I was like, that's my jam. Like, I want to pick who I rock with, and so it's just been amazing to have, to know you guys and to watch you. And, you're one of those people that have just like really taken off,
Well, thank you.
And I'm super duper proud of you guys.
Thank you.
So, speaking of publicity and PR, you were on the news yesterday evening. Tell us, like, what's up?
I was. So that was truly a great opportunity, and I was very blessed about that. So that was the opportunity came because the news reporter Carice, she had posted in the Black People Making Moves group on Facebook yesterday. Well, no, not yet. Thursday. So it was Thanksgiving. She posted about she was making a story and was interested in talking to some Black businesses and said to reach out to her. So I was like, okay, let me email her. And she did. She emailed me back. She emailed me right back. It was about 5 minutes later, and was like, I'd love to talk to you. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm still sitting in bed. So I'm like, let me get myself together first, and then I'm gonna call her back. So I called her about an hour later. and we talked, and it was just pretty natural. She asked about my business, how I was doing. And I was like, when she posted about being, having to be in a story on the news, I said, you know what, Thomas, you got to get up. I'm not a morning person. I was like, I got to get up. I'm gonna talk to her, see what she's talking about. So that was truly amazing, and I was really blessed about that. And I've had some people. This one man called me as soon as it went, like it was still on TV, and he called me about making some labels for him. I've had 3 calls today from that, and I'm like, oh, that is truly amazing and a big blessing.
That is the power of publicity, for a lot of people who are not good at marketing. I always recommend PR because, what I'm saying, it just takes like that one hit and like millions of people can know about you.
Hmm.
Let the news do your legwork. Let the media be
Right.
your marketing, do your marketing. You just got to get that one, and people will, you could eat off that for the rest of the year, with leveraging your PR. And so right now, where you're hot, strike while the iron is hot with PR, it'll be a great time to send that clip to like other media outlets, and especially local, the newspaper, say, hey, I was featured on the news,
Okay.
if you want to talk to me too, talk to my publicist. It's a great time, because media begets media. So like strike while the iron is hot. Why are you already hot? So listen, let's watch it. Do you want to watch it real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, let's see. Let's get it up in here. Let's see if we'll be able to hear it in here. That may be the thing. So let's see. I think that we might not be able to hear it on a screen share,
Okay.
but we can see you. We see you.
And I
So yeah.
page. So a lot of people have seen it, and the support has been truly real, which is I'm very happy about and gracious about that too.
Mhm. Fantastic. What are your best-selling items?
Business cards, banners, and labels are the things I do the most. Yeah, I would say those would be what I do the most.
Uh-huh. And then, so what do you recommend? So at the beginning of the year, lots of small businesses, lots of people start to do businesses, or they'll, start to take their idea more seriously. What are things that you feel that people should get in the beginning, like business cards and banners? Like, what do you recommend? What's a good little starter kit set up for a new business?
A logo.
A logo.
I would
A
say
lot of people get caught up in the logo kind of thing.
at least have that, because and I posted this on my social media. It talks about the 5 best tips to have an eye-catching business card, because especially in today's world, a lot of people are going digital, their social media. So the handoff of the business card is not as popular as it used to be, but it is still great to have. So by having that logo, it's an image somebody can look at. Business cards are a must. I really believe that. It's just you have to make sure that it's something striking, and that something that somebody will actually want to look at. You just don't want to put too much information on there. So it's really like, have an image, have that logo, and get to the point. State your name, your relationship to the business, and your contact information so people can look at it quickly. Business cards are a must. I would say packaging. I'm very big on that. It could be something simple. So that's why I really recommend doing those when you're selling, body butters or candles, uh, something like that. You need some type of packaging. I see people, and it's handwritten. And what I tell people is, we know you're a small business, but you have to invest in yourself to not make it look like you didn't put much into it. So I see some things, and if it's all handwritten, it's like, I'll think twice about it. You have to make the presentation, because people say presentation is everything. I get that. You're going to
Right.
start somewhere, and then you elevate, further as it goes on. So packaging and labeling, that's a must for me too. The banners, the flyers, things like that, that helps you with marketing. But if you're not really doing any events, you may not need that right away. And thank you cards are really big too. Some people use the handwritten ones. Not against that. It's just something to have. I'll usually provide somebody with an invoice when I give them their product, and at the bottom of it, I'll write thank you and put my initials or sign it on that. Or I've done thank you cards for people before. So that's always important too, just to show that you're gracious and appreciative, because they could have spent their money anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. I think that, with email and everything, that people definitely don't do the handwritten cards anymore because you have to get a stamp and everything. But the fact that people don't do it that much anymore is what makes it so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
When I get a card from someone in the mail and they've like written a little thing because I've taken a class or did something, went to their workshop, I really keep those and I put them in like my little, when people do thank you notes.
Right.
For me, I keep them because, entrepreneurship is hard and, sometimes you just like, I just can't do it anymore. But I actually go through notes that people have like physically mailed or, physically given me to read, kind of what they said out their own words and any copy paste, kind of thing.
Right.
So I think it makes a big difference. Especially, if you have a niche business, when you have a particular kind of specific kind of customer, jump off the email list every now and then and send an actual card.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do like all 1,000 of your subscribers at once. Maybe just commit to doing like 10 a month, sending out cards to people randomly. It really makes a difference.
It does. Something personal. People like that.
Nice. Very nice. So let everybody know what your Black Friday specials are again and how to reach you, Thomas.
Black Friday special, we've got the Black Business Calendar. You get 2 of them for $20. It's buy one, get one free going on until Cyber Monday. So all weekend you can get 2 for $20, get one for you, one for a friend, or you can do 2 for yourself, share them at your business, share them with your family. I've got my website, www.creativesoulsprinting.com, also on Facebook and Instagram. So any way you need to connect to me, I am here.
Ooh, fantastic, Thomas. Thank you so much for being here
You're
with
welcome.
us and sharing
Thank
Small
you.
Business Saturday. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue to give back to the community, empowering, our folks to get their branding game up together because representation does matter. And we're out here representing for Black-owned and minority-owned businesses, and we want to make sure that we're representing well. So get all of your printing done and, get your professional on from Thomas Kelly at Creative Soul. So thank you so much for
You're
being
welcome.
here once
Thank
again, being a
you.
part of the Academy, being, another one of our customer account winners, just like how Jari was. Like, you guys have really been out there killing it. And so if you guys are watching and you want to support the Academy Murfreesboro, you could do that by making a donation to Corner to Corner through Cash App. We ask that you do like a $20 donation, 2020, do $20, give us $20 to Corner to Corner 615, and I'll make sure that information is up there. So we're going to go to like a short break, and then we're going to come back with some pre-recorded videos from some more of our Academy students. Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello, and we are back. Thank you so much for being a part of the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. We just took a quick break. We hope that you will show your support by making a tax-deductible donation to Corner to Corner to help support Corner to Corner, and then also the Academy Murfreesboro. So you can send that to #, Corner to Corner. That's CORNERTOCORNER 615. Corner to Corner 615. We ask that you do at least a donation of $20 and put it on for Modernoire. So just again with our lineup, we have talked to R.L. Fleming, which was one of our staff members for the Academy. I also want to shout out to Toya Griffin with Mo Scrub. She was one of our staff members for the spring as well. To Cinnamon Russell, she is a real estate entrepreneur and Corner to Corner partnered her up with us to make sure that we hit the ground running. Just want to thank her. I want to thank Kenya Adams for being on early and talking about Panty Buddy. We had Jari Smith on with Genesis Apparel. We just got done talking to Thomas Kelly with Creative Souls Printing. And you guys can look for the link to our Linktree /Modernoire. And when you go to that Linktree, you can find information on how to enroll in the Academy for 2021. You can find out how to make a donation to Corner to Corner. You can connect with our guests and shop online with our virtual online shop. There's a link for that. And then if you want to reach out to me, Taisha Bradley, for Modernoire, you can also go to Linktree /Modernoire and get links to that as well. And so we have more live guests coming in, but we're going to take some time right now to watch some pre-recorded videos. So actually, we're going to take a look at a few pitch videos from our students. So what happens is that we do the entrepreneurship cohort for the 9 weeks. On the 10th week is graduation. In addition to graduation, there's also a compassionate pitch competition. And one student from each cohort of the 7 cohorts come together. Each class chooses someone to represent them in the pitch competition. And so for this year, we, of course, because of COVID, we had a lot more video entries. And so I wanted to share some of those videos with you. So the first video that we are going to take a look at is Shadell Smith with Art by Shadell. So shout out to Shadell. If you want to support her, please send $20 through Cash App to #Corner to Corner 615. Shadell has Art by Shadell. She's an artist, a mom, and she has something really great that we are super happy to share for you. So here is Shadell's pitch video.
Hi, I'm Shadell with Art by Shadell. I'm an artist, a mom, and an art advocate. I'm sure all of y'all are aware of what's going on in the world today, and we probably didn't expect it. A pandemic, viruses, for some, even increased fear and anxiety, and that's just to name a few. Our children are being affected. Parents, teachers, and mentors, just like you, I also believe in protecting the minds of our youth. We're adults, and some of us are having a difficult time with what's going on. Imagine what our children are experiencing. Right now, today, it is very important for us to draw near to our youth and be resources. As an artist, I truly believe that art heals, which is why I have created culturally diverse art kits. Studies show that art activities help with mental health and self-esteem, and it also encourages self-expression. I offer art kits that bring awareness to self-worth and both mental and emotional stability in our youth, resulting in healthier ways of self-expression. We've all seen children that have been impacted by life, and we want to help, But sometimes they may tend to lash out or even shut down because they don't know how or even if they should express themselves. My art kits help with self-expression. Your art kit includes 2 pre-drawn canvases, paint, a paint palette, brushes, a color mixing guide, a picture guide, and inserts of encouraging words and a conversation starter. Art has so many positive qualities, all the way down to the supplies. Did you know that paint introduces color pairing, which is using colors to explore emotions? Brushes help with motor skills, and color mixing, it aids in critical thinking. The picture guide, it helps with referencing, very similar to when you're putting a puzzle together, you reference a picture. Also, it helps with self-worth. Your child is able to see themselves as a Black professional, which will help boost self-esteem and self-confidence. The positive inserts, it encourages positive thinking. And lastly, conversation starters. Art is a doorway to a conversation. Ask your child why they chose the colors that they chose. Ask them to explain their painting to you. This gives us an opportunity to see their perspective. As a parent, it's my priority to do what's best for my child, and I know it's the same for you. I've tried these art techniques with my girls, and it works, and I want to do the same for you and your family. If you're ready to introduce art as a healthy form of communication, my art kits are perfect for you and your family. Order your art kit at artbyshadell.com. Also, for free activities, follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Art by Shadell. Join me in bringing awareness to mental and emotional stability in our youth. The youth is our future, and it is our responsibility to invest in them. They can't do it without us, but we can't do it without them. Let's join together and let's destroy the stigma when it comes to mental health in our culturally diverse communities. It can start with art. Thank you.
Woo, that was awesome. Give it up for Shadell Smith and Art by Shadell. It was a pleasure having Shadell in the class. She is a creative, and also super duper aware. And when she was talking about her idea for those art kits, I thought it was an amazing idea. The whole class, we all thought it was an amazing idea with just dealing with the pandemic and children, not being in school and things being, just kind of really scary right now. And I love that she has paired art along with a therapeutic communication portion for children. And it's something through coloring. I know that it is geared towards children, but I'm pretty sure, lots of adults like to color as well. And it can be something therapeutic. So, in addition to, the razzle dazzle of products and services, that lots of our entrepreneurs have, lots of them also have ideas, for therapy, health, youth services, adult services. So lots of people come through the academy are also for service workers as well, and usually are very plugged in, to the community as well. And so please order your art kits by Art by Shadell. We'll make sure that you have her contact information. We're going to keep the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase going. I'm Taisha Bradley, CEO of Modernoire, and just very excited to have you all here. Thank you for continuing to watch our very first virtual production. We hope to have many more and continue to improve them and spotlight the fantastic entrepreneurs in our community and beyond. So we're going to take a quick little break. I'm going to let you know what the lineup is for the rest of the showcase. And then we're going to get back into more of these pitch videos from our fall 2020 class. All right. Thanks so much. See you after the break.
Hello, I'm Sierra Kelly, and I am the creator of Peacefully Aware. Peacefully Aware is a wellness brand that focuses on living a wholesome, advantageous life. We are defined by 4 pillars of health: spiritual, physical, nutritional, and mental. Today, I will talk to you about our meal prep delivery service that falls under our nutritional pillar of health. Our meal prep service focuses on using organic, non-GMO, whole food ingredients to create delicious plant-based meals for you. I was an elementary educator for 3 years, and during that time period, I gave no thought or care about all the foods I was putting into my body. Combine that with the workload of being a teacher on top of trying to manage a personal life, and boom, it's only sustainable for so long. I decided to step away from my profession and get my life together. During that time period, I learned about the importance of being mindful when it comes to the different foods that I was putting into my body. Peacefully Aware is an extension of that learning period. I want to help you by providing you with delicious, nutritious, plant-based meals delivered right to your door. Let me help save you time, money, and energy in the kitchen. Maybe you want a tough grain sausage and biscuit with chia seed jelly for breakfast. How about some air-fried vegan crab cakes with pinto beans and cornbread for lunch? Maybe you want some loaded veggie nachos with veggie chili and cashew queso and peppers on top. And if you have room, we have berry vegan cheesecake. With all of those meal options, there is a guarantee that you will find something that pleases your taste buds. And yes, it's all plant-based. And like I said earlier, we prioritize using whole food, organic, non-GMO ingredients. We don't believe in sacrificing deliciousness and quality for health. You can have it all, and we can give that to you. I challenge you to learn more about the foods that you're eating every day. Where do they come from? How are they sourced? I can guarantee you that there is always a healthier, more sustainable options for the foods that you love. And Peacefully Aware would love to be one of those options for you. Head on over to peacefullyaware.com to sign up for our weekly newsletter. There, you can find the latest menu ordering options and place an order for yourself. Thank you.
All right. That was Sierra Kelly with Peacefully Aware. Sierra was a part of our Academy class for the fall 2020. She really shared lots of insight about healthy eating and veganism with us. So many people want to eat more healthy and are going that way, but we want options that are delicious. And so Sierra definitely has that down. She is a former teacher. And so she really is just kind of very nurturing, has such a nurturing spirit and just a background. And it was a pleasure having her in the class. She is still working on Peacefully Aware, working on getting a website up. She's done so much in the class with, getting her packaging, some of her branding. Something I learned from her in that, we often learn with so many different industries. In these cohorts, we learned about, different industries. And so she was talking to us about the labels. That's what it was, the labels, like the nutrient labels and the things that go into that. And so it was kind of not an intense process, but definitely you had to be on your P's and Q's to kind of get those right. And so it was just fascinating to watch her go through that, to get prepared to have a healthy eating vegan meal prep service here in the Rutherford County area. And so shout out to Sierra Kelly. And so we are getting set up for our next guest, which is the Crystal Jones Bond of Aswaj. I never say that right. She's gonna have to say it for me. It's French. salon, and also classic hair care. Crystal Jones is just a pioneer of the natural hair, community here locally and beyond. She has a new book out, and so I'm just so excited to have her here and have had her as a part of that program. I've watched her, kind of grow and do so much here in the area. So we'll be having her on soon. What I'm going to do is run back the programming just from the beginning part of today so you can kind of see what you missed. So we did 2 watch parties for the spring and the fall graduation for the Academy. We watched a pre-recorded video from Miss Pat Green, Body and Souls Teas. We watched the video from Sierra Kelly and Shadell Smith. And so just going to run back the schedule, let you know what you missed. You can definitely watch the replay. If you were not on live with us, make sure that you comment replay. If there's someone you love, go ahead and send $20 to hashtag Quarter to Corner 615. In the 4 area, put Murfreesboro. Go ahead and make that donation. Also continue to give to them, especially on Tuesday, December 1st for Giving Tuesday. So we're going to take a quick little break and give you the rundown of what you missed, and we'll get back into the programming at the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase.
What's up, world? especially to the women and the men that love the women. My name is Tanea McLean. I am the founder, CEO, and lead instructor of Surreal Self-Defense, a self-defense company designed to take women to the next level, and we call that self-love in action. Did you know that you're more than likely to be attacked by somebody that you know, somebody that you work with, somebody that is in your everyday routine, than somebody jumping out the bushes on you? So how do you set yourself up for that, right? My journey took place in wanting to learn practical moves for self-defense because I had a neighbor who was being very aggressive, and one of my friends took me to the gun range because the reality of it is this guy was big, tall, fat, you know, me trying to go head up with him, struggle with him, close combat, more than likely I'm not gonna win. Not with the skill set that I had at the time. So I had to take it upon myself to go out here and learn another set of skills that could protect me right there in my own private space, dealing with a neighbor, somebody that I have to face every single day. So you know what this did for me? It allowed me to learn that not only would a firearm be a good way to possibly stop that threat, but I also had to be realistic and know that I needed other layers of protection in case I couldn't get to my firearm. Or maybe the threat is not calling for me to pull my firearm out because, you know, some threats don't call for that. As we all know, the year 2020 has brought about many things. The increase in sales of weapons being one. 3 reasons why this increase has occurred: protection of self, protection of family, and the protection of your community. And guess who's leading the way in purchases? My women. As a real self-defense, we believe in being your own superhero. That's what we call self-love in action. Also, to my sisters out there that say, I'm not ready for no firearm because I be snapping. Well, we got a class for you. We definitely don't want to put the firearm in your hand too soon. But again, you can come to our verbal sambo class so we can teach you how to be able to absorb that type of negative energy and confrontational energy and then put it back out there in a positive way. All right, so here comes the good part. Why you should come train with me as Real Self-Defense and the rest of my crew. To all my females, all different ages, all different backgrounds, and to the men that's listening, check this out. You want to send the ladies to get trained by the ladies, right? There's a lot of questions and things that we need to know that's going to be different than what a man has to go through with firearms. Where am I going to tote this thing? So from one woman to another, I need you to do this. Go to surrealselfdefense.com, look at all the class opportunities, and choose one, and I'll see you in class.
All right, that was Tanea McLean with Surreal Self-Defense, and Tanea was our pitch winner for our Academy Murfreesboro class. For our fall class, she placed 3rd place in the overall pitch competition in the graduation. If you watched our watch party earlier today, you would have seen that pitch competition. And so Surreal Self-Defense teaches gun training and also one-on-one combat training. And the physical training is for children as well as adults. And then, of course, the gun safety and licensing and training is for adults. And Tanea also does training to train trainers. So putting other people back out there in the community. So if you want to contact Tanea to get more information, surrealselfdefense.com. And so it is not quite 3 p.m., but I have Crystal Jones Bond waiting in the studio, and I would love to bring her in so we can go ahead and get to talking and kicking and all the great things. So you guys, we're going to get ready for Crystal Jones, and I'm going to give you a countdown, and we are going to be back. Thanks for joining us for the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome back to the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. I'm Taisha Bradley, the CEO of Modernoire, and I'm here with Crystal Jones Bond. Hello.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
We are doing great. Happy Small Business Saturday, the Saturday, November 28th. We are doing a Shop Small celebration for the Rutherford County and beyond. And we are highlighting the students and the staff and the volunteers and the donors and supporters and everybody who has made the Academy Murfreesboro possible this year, and highlighting and showcasing some of our star students. And Crystal, I had the pleasure of having you. We had the pleasure of having you in our class. So thank you so much for being here. Why don't you tell everyone of who you are and about your business?
Well, I am Crystal Jones Bond, and I am a hair entrepreneur. A hair entrepreneur doesn't just mean you're a hairstylist, but you do other things. So I'm a cosmetic chemist. I am a just launched a book. I'm an author now. I have my own product line, so I just do a lot of things. I'm an educator. So I do a lot of things in the natural hair community just to help people because I can't like really get to everybody. I would love to see everybody and help everybody by doing their hair, but like I'm only one person. And I was trying to figure out how in the world can I go forward and help more people without me actually being there. So that's what I did with this whole hair entrepreneur thing.
Fantastic. And yes, you're very much so a creative as well. You have lots of different facets of your business. And so one of which you're a natural hairstylist. I'll tell everyone where you are located.
I'm in Murfreesboro. My salon is Assuage Hair and Body, and it's over right off of Cason Lane, not far at all. And it's in the Salon Suite building.
Fantastic. Assuage. You know, I never get it right. I'm like,
I know, right?
it's real French. I never, and it's so easy when you say it. It's like I put too much effort into it, right?
When I named it, I thought it was easy. I was like, oh, it's gonna be cute, Assuage, and nobody gets it right. But I'm gonna make it famous, Assuage.
You know, people are just starting to say Modernoire.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're just starting to say that. So, you know, I make a joke out of it. I'm like, you have to say it with your noir.
Right.
And that actually is French, you know, French for black. So, hey,
right.
Sound it out. We're going to do it. Fantastic. So tell us like the state of the natural hair community. I'm a natural, and I went natural in 2003 when the only like real natural term was like the big chop when you just cut it all off and grow it back. So there was not like a lot of YouTube videos and regimens and things like that. But you know, it's a different day and age. Like, bring us up to speed with like the natural hair community.
Well, you know, I was natural in 2003, way before all this. And I was just like you. I just grew it out. And I've been in the game for 10 years now. And I've seen the evolution now of, you know, products at Target and just, you know, all kinds of YouTube videos and educational things that are out there from other, you know, consumers trying to educate and trying to help. And I felt like, okay, that's great. Let's get like more professionals involved in that. Let's do something that allows them to learn a little bit more than what, you know, a consumer can tell you, because YouTube is amazing for styling. Oh my gosh, they do great styles. But like as far as you learning your hair and knowing what you need and everything, you know, professionals are best for that. So I'm just hoping to recruit some more professionals to get on board with like the classic brand and start, you know, educating more and helping out the natural hair community, because it's not going anywhere. It has evolved. There's so many natural ladies that need help, and they want to sit in somebody's chair that knows what they're doing.
Right. Yes, definitely. And speaking of which, so speaking of YouTube, I love YouTube. It's like the best search engine. We would find videos to make products. And so I remember the time everybody was like trying to make the flaxseed gel, all those kinds of things. But you have taken it to a next level because you are now like a product chemist.
Yes,
and have your own line. Like that's a whole nother level. Can you please tell us like how you got to that journey to where you are making like your own natural hair products?
Well, I started about 4 years ago, and I just was using stuff in the salon that was pretty good, but my clients kept on saying, I need something that I can pick up, pick up from you, something that I can use. I know you using stuff, but like, what are you using? So I was like, you know what? Let me start doing my research. And I started doing research on ingredients. I started researching all kinds of stuff. And then I found a great teacher named Miss Joan, and she is the cosmetic chemist teacher. And she teaches organic products and stuff like that. And I started dabbling and started doing stuff. And I was like, wow, I could really do this. And I got certified through her about 2 years ago. And I've just been making products ever since. I think I'm up to like 15 products now. And like all the ingredients that I did and researched are like in this book. So like I'm not leaving y'all out.
That's fantastic. And so yeah, so let's get right into the book. That's super exciting that you have a book. I recommend that, entrepreneurs write books. It's another stream of income.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a
Mm-hmm.
guest somewhere, you can say, yes, you can book me as a guest, and you can also get how many ever copies of my book that will be in your audience. And that is a book sale. Same thing with speaking engagements. So like if you're a serious entrepreneur and you want to position yourself as an expert and get more levels of income, like write a book. So
Write a book.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a copy of the book with you right now?
I
But
do.
bam.
Yes, I do.
Tell us about the book.
So this book is a fun educational book. Like it's about my experiences and my clients. I'm not gonna like bust out my clients, but just tell like some things that I've gone on my journey, things that I've noticed throughout the years of me doing hair and all the things you need to know. So like it talks about porosity, it talks about how to grow your hair. Like I'm in so many natural groups and they have these questions that I answer and other people answer. And I was like, you know what? I should put some of this stuff in this book. And so they can have something to go to, just a guide to go to. Like, okay, I need to learn how to grow my hair by doing this. I need to start eating right. I need to change my diet. Because everything that you eat, everything that you do comes out of your hair. So it's just a great guide. It talks about porosity. It talks about your curl pattern. You're going to identify what kind of hair you have because you have different hair than any other person in the world, like even your daughter, even your mom. And so then you're going to find out what kind of products are good for you, personally for you, not for your friends, not for, your daughter, just for you. So this is a great guide. It's actually a pretty short book. It's like 150 less than pages. Quick read, got pictures, so you don't have to read every page. Because I am a visual learner. So I'm like, okay, I need to put in pictures.
Well, good. We like pictures. And I mean, sometimes you need pictures for reference. Do you go into like hair textures? That's a taboo thing, kind of natural hair world. Like, do we talk texture or not? So what's your take on that?
Yes. I talk about textures. I talk about how cosmetologists talked about textures versus how, the community changes and how they talk about textures. So it talks about, both ends of that. I talk about all of that because there's like 5 things to identify your hair type. And it's all in this book. So it's talks about texture. It talks about porosity. It talks about how if your hair is fine. It talks about the density. It talks about all of that.
Nice. That is very nice. And so the book is on sale now, correct?
Yes, it is. You can get it on my website. You can get an autograph copy on my website, www.classic-haircare.com, or you can go to Amazon, and it's also available on Amazon if you are not close and you don't want to do a pickup, or I can ship it to you. Either one is absolutely amazing. If you follow me on social media, Crystal Jones Bond, you'll see the links in my bio.
Awesome, fantastic. And then what's the cost for the book?
Oh, the book is $35.
$35. Very nice. And so what was your experience like writing a book? Because I knew that you were doing it, but I feel like it seems like such an intense thing. So if it is, you did it with grace. But like what's that process like for, entrepreneurs who want to also create a book?
It took me 3 years to do this book. It was one of those okay, start and stop type situations for me, because as you hear, I'm a busy person, and Corona, COVID shut down the earth, in 2020, and it gave me the opportunity to finish and finish strong. Um, it's not as bad as you think it is, except the fact that I'm gonna tell on myself. I wasn't good in English. I wasn't good in reading. So I had so many drafts of this book that I had to go through. And that's why I just didn't like really talk about it a whole lot till I got finished.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh my gosh, who knows if this is going to be good? Who knows what's going to happen? Am I ever going to finish? So
Yeah,
therefore, I
okay.
was like, you know what? I'm going to just wait till I finish and then go, boom,
You
this
did
is
it
what I
with
did.
grace. Okay, so that's what it was. 'Cause she was like, "Oh, I wrote a book." I was like, "Oh, well, all right." Fantastic. That's amazing. So we're here on your website where you can get
Mhm.
your autographed copy, get them while they're in stock. And I assume that you can get them from the salon as well, right?
Yes. There's a stock in the salon. So if you just want to stop by and purchase, that's absolutely fine too.
All right, fantastic. And we're on your website, being nosy, looking around. I like to get people familiar with other people's websites so they could be like, oh, okay, kind of
So
show
yeah,
it.
that's
So,
my booking website. So if you ever want to book with me to get a consultation done or me to start doing your hair, I always require like a consultation first because I just got to get to know you and your hair and what you expect from me. But that's the booking website. So
okay.
it's
Oh,
all
I had pushed
attached.
it out.
hmm
Let's see. And then we have your services list.
hmm
Tell me about the different kind of services that you offer.
I have some clients that have never worn their natural curly hair. So I do a lot of, flat iron services, or, they call it silk press now. Silk press services, I do a lot of crochet. I do a lot of natural hair styling. That's my favorite. Most of my clients get like natural updos. So you'll see that on my social media a lot because it is the lowest maintenance, because they can just wear the updo for a week and then they can take it down and wear it twist out for a week. And it's so versatile and fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of versatility in natural hair,
hmm
especially. And then, and then we love our protective styles, in the
Right,
natural hair
right.
community, good protective style. What's your favorite protective style that you think people should get, especially for like the winter time right now?
For the wintertime, you know what? I love wintertime flat irons because just because you go throughout the year and you're always wearing your, curls, it's humid, Tennessee is humid. So you always worry about, okay, I flat iron my hair, I walk outside and it goes poof, And so I actually love doing flat irons during the wintertime. It's a good time to get a good trim in. And the other stuff is just like twist outs, rod sets. Those are my favorite. And actually, I talk about that in the book too, not to keep on tooting my own horn, but yes, it's it's in the book too. It talks about the seasons, like what I do during each season, what hairstyle is best. So that's also in here.
Nice, nice. And so, another thing that you do, like, what do you not do? Let's
Yeah,
talk about the education training portion of what you do. I think that was a very big part of what we talked about, and kind of worked on during the academy is the way
mhm,
that you want to reach back and help. And well, let's say empower because it's more like an
yeah,
empower thing. How
yeah.
to empower other natural stylists. Could you share that with everyone?
So a lot of times, what I hear from the natural hair community, again, because I'm only one person, um, they talk about they can't find a stylist that actually, does twist outs, does braids, braid outs, rod sets, those kind of things. A lot of them still do flat irons, do crochets, and that's absolutely fine. But they're actually looking for somebody that can do just like twist outs and stuff like that. And so I decided, okay, well, I have a product line, and it's doing really well. But what I want to do is reposition my product line to stylists. and do the education route so that they can pick up that extra income. I mean, retail, picking up those clients that have natural hair that's looking for a great stylist that knows what they're doing is just gonna make you so much money. It's gonna give you so many opportunities. And so that's where I retargeted classic products for.
Nice, nice. That's fantastic. And so for stylists who want to connect with you,
Mhm.
what's the best way to do that to get more training?
You can go to my website. There's actually a product side of my website. Like you're on the consumer side, but you just apply and log in, and then you get to go into the stylist section. And in the stylist section, it has the products at a different price. Don't tell nobody. And also that wholesale price for you guys.
Will too.
And right.
Right after
And
this.
also and then it also has some like educational stuff in there as well. It has a tutorial videos. It has just other things that I'm gonna upload more in 2021. Just just steps of doing natural hair, and it's all about the consultation. So we're gonna talk about that in that section of the website. We're gonna talk about it all. So that's coming really, really soon.
Very nice. So let's go back to talking about the academy a little. What made you well, let me ask you this. I like to ask this. What were some of your most memorable moments from the academy? What's
Memorable
something that
moment.
stood out?
I mean, you know what? There was such a refreshing atmosphere in that academy. Like everybody was so empowering each other. It was so fun. And people were just listening to each other and they were talking. They were like, hey, what about this? What about that? Do you think you should do this? It was just like a think tank. We were all learning, we were all thinking for one another, like, have you thought about, this kind of stuff? And it was just an amazing atmosphere. So I told a lot of people, hey, you need to take this entrepreneur course. If you're going to do entrepreneurship, go through this because it really centered you into what your consumer wants. Like, who are you looking for? How can they get to you? That kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of figuring out your target audience is always, like that main thing people miss the mark on. But when you figure it out, you get that sweet spot because we always say, everyone is not your customer.
Right.
Not to be confused with we don't take everyone's money, but everyone is not like that dream ideal, kind of customer. And so when you're creating your marketing, and that's a lot of times how people struggle with marketing. People tell me a lot that they struggle with marketing, and that's why I like publicity. Because with publicity, you just kind of do your thing, and then you tell the media, "Look at me do my thing," and
right.
just operate in excellence, and the media, can do that for you. Like Thomas, was just recently on the news. He'll get so much, branding, opportunities from that. But when for sure, exactly who you're talking to, you make your marketing, your words and the text that you use and the colors appeal to that person that you have. So have you ever seen like marketing to where you feel like they're talking directly to you and about you? It's because you are their target customer, and that's why it hits you like that, and that's why they wrote it like that, and they used the colors that they wrote. They did the pain points, because that person knows their customer. And even people get me hook, line, and sinker, when I see things online, especially little things that you see scrolling like on Facebook and $27 email templates. If you don't know what to say in email, I'm like, that's me. Cause
right.
I like to put together emails and the graphics and everything, but coming up with something to say all the time is something that I'm working on, and it's because I have to even more hone in on who my target audience is, and sometimes that changes. Sometimes that changes just depending on the market. So yeah, that's a great thing to, kind of figure out and go for it. So yeah, that's awesome. Very good. So what do you have coming up? What do you have in the works? What's next for you?
What is next for me is putting together, like I said, putting together the classes for the Academy, Classic Natural Hair Academy. So look out for that. That is my next step. But I also want to like try and get some of these books into like hair schools because again, the natural hair is not one of those things that they teach there. And so if anybody's on the line that actually is in hair school and or is a president or a teacher at a hair school, definitely get this book and talk to them about it.
Fantastic. And do they get a bulk discount?
You know what? We can work on that.
Listen, I need a
look at
percentage.
that.
We could do a buck deal. I'll get my cut for the buck deal. For the buck deal, you know. Always be looking for other places of income.
Yes. Always got to watch your coins. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I want to thank some people. So if you don't mind, you know, hanging on while I do my thank yous, it'll keep me from like getting too misty and crying.
Oh,
you got some time to hang on. So we got to match the fireplaces.
Right. I was like, oh, this is bougie in the background.
Yeah, I love this. So, you know, as a fellow entrepreneur, you know, even though I keep putting myself out in there and, you know, kind of organizing things to help the community, they also help myself. I learn so much from other people, but I also continue, you know, to try to learn more and up my game. And so since everything, you know, I thought that I was like a virtual, you know, savvy kind of girl until COVID happened. And then like people really started kicking up the game. And I'm like, okay, hold on, wait. You know, and so I got a video coach. You know, who knew that there was a such thing as a video coach? And so I've been studying with a video coach. Her name is Zaylee Barclay. I found her on YouTube. Like YouTube is the Google but videos. I started watching her videos. I taken like a couple of her courses and just really learned, you know, about video and what things really mean, how to use things like StreamYard. So that's a lot of what I've been practicing. So today is like the culmination of me like learning some things for a couple of months and trying to do it. And trust me, I'm doing it scared. But I feel prepared because, you know, I actually got help to be able to put this together and do this today and do the little fireplace judge. And, you know, I had help. So as entrepreneurs, no matter where you are in your business, there's always going to be something new to learn, you know. And you just kind of have to learn on the go. People say, I don't know how to do that. Well, listen, you don't know how to do anything until you know how to do it. So we're doing it anyway. But I want to take some time to thank the students, like you and everyone else who entrusted in us to, you know, take you on this entrepreneurial journey, especially through these crazy times, you know, of unpredictability. I think we've all trauma bonded together through the pandemic, you know, and when class was over, everybody was like, what are we going to do on Thursdays now?
Yeah.
Or everyone starts, you know, chatting in the group chat, you know, on Thursdays, like, I miss you guys. So we really become a family, but we definitely keep in touch. I want to first thank Corner to Corner for allowing me to pull together all of this. You know, I came to them with the idea. They were like, all right, sure, you know, gung ho. And so I appreciate them for trusting me to do this. And I hope that, you know, we have made them proud and represented Corner to Corner well in this corner of in this corner of the county in Rutherford County, Tennessee. Thank you to Shayna, thank you to Will and Tiffany and everybody else who, you know, kind of got me connected and made that possible. I also want to thank some, especially the people who have donated, because this costs money, who have donated to the Academy on behalf of Modernoire, to make this possible so that we could pay stipends to the staff that teach, because, you know, although we like to give back to the community, like our children like food too. You know, we have bills to pay as well. So we were able to pay stipends to the staff this year for teaching that, and that takes funds. Initially we had a brick and mortar space that we were using right now rehearsals in Murfreesboro looked out for us. But that was another bill, materials, all those things. So things cost to run. So I want to thank some people for donating so generously to us so that we could get this program up and running. And first it will be Lisa Rouse from Burrowtown Cakes downtown in the square. You guys don't know, Lisa is my mentor.
Amazing.
And she's the person who never lets me talk myself out of doing stuff. She's always like, yeah, that's a good idea. Do it. So y'all have Lisa Rouse to thank for my dabblings in all the things. Also, I want to thank Deborah Roberts, who donated privately. She is over the Tennessee Small Business Development Center at MTSU. And she just is somebody who I reached out to and was like, hey, I would love to know who you are because you're just a fabulous lady in this area. And so we had coffee. And so I've stayed connected. And she continues to encourage me. And so she gave a private donation to help us out. Also, Kendra Garcia from Dream Life Coaching. She's one of my friends. If you need a life coach, she's the bomb. She did a donation and paid the deposits for the class for up to 2 students to be able to take it. So if you didn't have the money for the deposit, Kendra Garcia at Dream Life Coaching took care of that so that people could enroll, without having to put anything down. So I want to thank her for that. Also, I want to thank Erica Harvell at NODAT in Nashville. She's been doing so many great things in the Nashville area and beyond for Black women in STEM and in tech. She's so fabulous. And NODAT donated toward the Academy, so we really appreciate that. Also, Valerie Priester for Victorious Life Coaching. She was one of our guest speakers for this part of the Academy, but she's been one of our day one supporters with the donation. And so we appreciate her donation and her time. Also, Iota Phi Lambda Sorority Incorporated, the Epsilon Psi chapter, has been just an integral part of Modernoire, having success and being able to level up. They were our ambassadors at the showcase last year in person, and they were amazing. I really got to be present and enjoy, and connect with the people, which is what I like to do. But I always, like to be a one-person show. And, it's kind of hard to have help, but they did amazing. And I want to thank them so much for continuing, to make sure that this is that Modernoire is successful in helping businesses in the community. So I want to thank them. Also to the staff, my fabulous staff, R.L. Fleming from the R.L. Fleming Group. Like, she has done so much to, help Modernoire be what it is, behind the scenes and the structure. She is the truth and the light for, getting that corporate, for getting your corporate structures, in your business in the background. So thank you to RL. Also, thank you to Toya Griffin at Mo Scrubs. Toya is like day one, like when Modernoire is an idea and I was scared to do it. She's been around since the Rutherford County Black Business Network days and continues to keep me, being bold in business and focus. And so she was one of our fantastic facilitators for the spring and, all things social media and all things scrubs, baby. Toya Griffin. Also Cinnamon Russell. She is an entrepreneur in real estate investing. She does real estate investing. And she went through the academy. And she came to our location to help us, kind of get the vibe of corner to corner and make sure that everything went well. So super shout outs to Cinnamon. And she went back to school to get her master's degree. So we didn't have her this time, but we're super proud of her, Cinnamon. I also want to shout out our guest speakers for the Academy. And please forgive me if I miss you as a guest speaker. I'm going to do a separate video to make sure that I have everybody. But I have our guest speakers as Ambrose Laburu from Doers Motivation. Shout out to Bros. He is a fantastic trainer. I do virtual training, online training with him through Doers Motivation. Also, my son does his Young Doers program. So if you want to, stay slim through the rest of the pandemic, because we're definitely getting our snacks on, but kind of it kind of fits. Definitely check out Doers Motivation. He has some fantastic things coming up as well. Also Yolanda Yofit. She was one of our guest speakers. Fabulous things that she's doing out in the community, persevering through the pandemic like a boss. So shout out to Yolanda at YoFit. Valerie Priester, shout out to her. She's been a guest speaker and also a donor, and we couldn't do it without you. She keeps me super encouraged. If you're looking for a business coach, especially if you're a woman, looking for a business coach, Valerie Priester, she's a bomb. Also, another fabulous female business coach is Michelle Gibson. She was one of our guest speakers as well, and she's fantastic. I was one of the guest speakers at her Fierce and Fearless. Oh goodness, I forgot already. Her conference, and so that was a fantastic experience. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name. Just I'm getting a little filled up with just all these people. Like, man, did this really happen? So yeah, shout out to Michelle Gibson. Shout out to Elise McKnight. Law Office of Elise McKnight. She is an attorney of color here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She specializes in working with entrepreneurs, especially for like copyright and contracts and trademarks and all the things that we struggle with the most. Like Elise McKnight has been our guest speaker for both classes. She's definitely the truth. Write that name down. Shout out to Shandaria Montgomery, One Chance Bookkeeping, all things, kind of bookkeeping, accounting, Black-owned business, really sharp lady. Definitely check out Shandaria. Thank you, Shandaria, for all you've done. Jojo Herbert, serial entrepreneur and owner of the Fish House and more here in Murfreesboro. Thank you for being a guest speaker, and we cannot wait to see, the expansion and things that you're doing with Fish House, and y'all support Black businesses, especially our brick and mortar businesses here in Rutherford County, because they really, really need our support. So shout out to Jojo Herbert and the Fish House. Also special huge shout out to Teo and Brett Duvall over at Morning Brew. We've been having meetings over there, picking up things from over there. It's kind of been like our little hub for the academy. And so we've been bringing people over there, and they're always super gracious and just kind of let us kind of crash and meet up there to do a lot of the things that we had to do for the academy. And then also Teo was one of our guest speakers as well. So shout out to the Duvalls at Morning Brew. I want to shout out to Patterson Park, Journell. They have been fantastic to Modernoire over the years. We had our business showcase there last year. We had two of them last year in 2019. And so we hope to be back in 2021, but they've continuously, been supportive to us and making sure that we have space to bring this resource, to the community, because it's very much so needed. Also want to shout out to Murfreesboro City Schools. They have been showing Modernoire some love. We've been doing some programming with Murfreesboro City Schools, and so we would love to continue to do that going forward as well. So we want to thank them for the opportunities and the exposure that they've allowed us to have in the community. Also, same thing for the Discovery Center at Murphy Springs. We've helped with some Black History Month programming with that last year. We hope to do that for next year as well. And we really appreciate the opportunity, to kind of work on some bigger projects and, expand more in the area and serve more people. So shout out to them. Also shout out to Ride Now Rehearsals. They have been fantastic to Modernoire throughout a lot of our endeavors as well. And then I want to do a couple of extra little shout outs to people like Movers and Shakers here in the Rutherford County area that, I kind of watch and that have been connected and really doing a lot for the community. And that would be the crew over at Black Murfreesboro. You guys have been doing fantastic with the markets. It's really needed. It definitely needs to be, more people, offering things, doing things. And so it's been super great to have them there because they do events regularly, to where Modernoire, we do events, kind of like quarterly, but they really have that on lock. It's fantastic. So many of our entrepreneurs from the academy have thrived through that. So shout out to Black Murfreesboro. Shout out to Shavonna Wells. I think it's Batsman Blackman now. She just recently got married. She hosts events in Rutherford County, prior pandemic, giving, local entrepreneurs the opportunity to showcase their wares. I've met great people through her. She's a fantastic person. And then the same thing to Corinne Gardner, who does some programming here as well. In the community, natural hair community, and the Black community. We need more people to do that. And then also to you, Crystal Jones Bond, you do things in the community, and we appreciate, the programming that you put out. We look forward to having more things. And so it really takes a village.
It does.
And we've got it on control over here. Like, we are really doing it in Rutherford County. It has changed so much, and people are really, kind of taking action. And we're getting some stuff done around here. And so I'm just so happy to be a part of it, to witness it. And got through 2020. We're gonna get on through 2021.
Yes,
be back at it again, stronger, bigger, better, more cooperative. I'm so looking forward to everything that 2021 is bringing. Yeah, hope is back. We're continuing to plug on along, and everyone is, kind of doing their best to, work their businesses and, work the plan and to build legacies for our families. I don't think there's any person who would go through this for the money. It's about building legacies and, changing the narrative on, Black owned businesses, the Black community. Like, it's never been a better time, to be more independent. So I want to thank you so much, Crystal, for everything. You've been a constant part of my journey. You're day one as well. It's been fantastic to watch you, kind of grow and blossom. And I get so inspired, by other people. Like, I've never been a person to get like jealous. I get inspired. I'm like, man, she is doing it. I want to do that. How do I do that? Let's be friends.
Right. That's what I do. Like, I love that. Do
that. Like, you did that. So yeah, I think that we all need to, kind of really keep that spirit, of kind of collaboration and being happy for one another, because it's hard out here. Anybody who's making a buzz, they're going through a lot for it. So we need to do everything that we can to make it easy on each other, so that we can keep going and keep being great and doing it for the people.
Thank you. You too, dear.
Well, thank you so much, and we hope that you have a great holiday. We're going to go to a commercial, and I'm going to come back with some ending remarks, and that will be the wrap of the very first Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. Thank you, Crystal.
Bye, you guys.
And we are back at the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. And I'm Tice Bradley, CEO of Modernoire. And we are at the tail end of the Modernoire Business Virtual Business Showcase. And I just want to thank all of the guests that came in. I also want to thank everyone whose videos I played in this from the pitch competition. Thank you so much that we were able to share that. I want to thank everyone who watched this, who shared it, who liked it, who loved it. We want to appreciate everyone in Rutherford County, Tennessee, and beyond for believing in us and, continuing to support Modernoire as we, pivot and form into what we're going to be. We know that at the very end of the day, we want to be able to serve the community and strengthen businesses. I want to give a special thank you and shout out to my family, my two sons, Mason and Landon, and especially to my husband, James. So as you can imagine, I'm quite the busybody and I'm usually pretty busy and on the phone and doing things, but they continue, to encourage me in moving on with this process and, continuing to grow. I would love to have a team one day, some volunteers, some interns, just to be able to do, kind of more of the work. Strength is in numbers, and I'm looking forward to having Modernoire grow so much. So again, thank you, everyone. I hope and pray that you have safe and happy holidays. Stay safe. I look forward to more programming and events and opportunities coming from Modernoire in 2021. And without further ado, we are going to have our last guest, which is a pre-recorded interview from Shannon Brooks. She was a part of our spring 2020 class. She's a master hairstylist. She's also hair loss specialist, and she's also the hands behind my lovely hair. So shout out to Shannon. And we're going to go ahead and watch her, the pre-recorded interview with she and I to end out the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. But I want to make sure that you remember to send a $20 donation to Corner to Corner via Cash App, and that would be $sign or hashtag Corner to Corner 615. And I'll make sure that you have that information. Please put in the for area where it says for. Please put Murfreesboro to let them know that you heard about it and you decided to make your donation because you participated in the Modernoire Virtual Business Showcase. So again, thank you so much for being here. We're going to end this with an interview with Shannon Brooks. Please welcome Shannon.